Okay, so in 1-1, we're going to measure segments and angles. And we're going to look at some terminology. And so the first thing that we're going to look at is undefined terms. And there's 3 of them that are undefined. Okay, and that just means that they are terms whose meanings are accepted without formal definition. For instance, a point. A point is a location and has no size. And you can see we label a point and the notation. A line is an infinite number of points on a straight path that extends in 2 opposite directions. It has no end and no thickness. And you can see the diagram there and the labeling. A plane is an infinite number of points and lines on a flat surface that extends without end and has no thickness. So like the wall of the classroom, if it extended in every single direction, then that would be a plane. Now we move from undefined terms to what we consider defined terms. And in defined terms, we are using the previously defined or known terms in the definition. So, for instance, a segment is a part of a line. See, we're using that undefined term in there that consists of 2 points called endpoints and all the points between them. And you can look at the diagram and the notation yourselves. I'm not going to point that out for each one of them. A ray is a part of a line that consists of 1 endpoint. Now look here, 1 endpoint, and all the points of a line on one side. So it extends forever in only one direction. Opposite rays are rays with the same endpoint that lie on the same line. So let's look at here would be 1 ray. Here has the same endpoint but extends in opposite directions, okay? And they lie on the same line. An angle is formed by 2 rays with the same endpoint. So here's a ray. Here's a ray. They have the same endpoint. That common endpoint is what we call the vertex of that angle, right? Okay. So then, so a postulate is a statement that is assumed to be true. I'm going to say this is common sense, okay? A postulate is common sense. So we can look here, and then it's going to say, we're going to get to a postulate in a minute, but this is asking what is KL. So KL is 4, right? What is KJ? And we're just counting them. Would be 7, and KM would be, what is that, 25? 15, sorry. Now, let's jump down to a postulate. And I don't know why they stuck that in the middle of this, whatever. But a postulate. Segment addition postulate. Okay, remember, postulate we just said is common sense. So this is saying if points A, B, and C are on the same line, and B is between A and C, then A plus B I'm sorry, AB plus BC equals AC. Okay, so if AB is 3 and BC is 7, then AC equals 10. That's just common sense. You add two short pieces and you get the long piece, okay? Points F, G, and H are collinear. Collinear points lie on the same line. And if you notice, collinear has the little word line in the middle. So these are collinear. It says GH is 16. What is FH? So I'm going to draw it like this. It wants that. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is I can solve for x. I know that 2x plus 2 equals 16. So if I solve for x, x equals 7, then I can find FG, right? So the second thing I'm going to do is find FG. So FG equals 3x minus 1, and I can put 7 in for x. And I get 20. So FH equals 20 plus 16, which is 36. Now I know that FG does not look like 20 compared to GH, but you can't ever look at a picture and tell its length. Things are not drawn to scale, okay? So I want you to try this one and then come back on here and check your answer. Okay, so if you find, okay, sorry, somebody's at my door. So n, I set up and I found n equals 4, and then I plugged it in and found each one of those. So if you did not get those answers, ask me in class tomorrow. Now the next problem that we're gonna do is right here. What is the angle of BEC? So BEC is right here. And if we look at this, it looks like this is about 47 degrees. And this one is about 105. And so 105 minus 47 would be about 58. So now I want you to try to see if you can do the next two and then check your answer. Okay, so there's the two answers for A and for B. Just ask me if you didn't get those, and we're going to go on to the angle addition postulate. Again, a postulate is common sense. So this is just saying, if you add up angle ABD, okay, part 1, piece 1, plus angle DBC, okay, part 2, you're going to get angle ABC, okay? Piece plus piece equals the whole thing. It's just common sense. Now the rest of this, the last little bit we're going to do in class, so I will see you tomorrow.